Hello boys and girls, how are you? In this lesson we're going to continue studying the past continuous and we're going to make a quick revision of some topics and we're going to study a new topic, okay? So in this slide you find the topics for today's class. We're going to make a revision of the past continuous form. We're going to review past continuous with when. And our new topic for today's class will be past continuous with the use of while. But first of all, let's review the past continuous form, okay? So, here you will find was and were. Remember that with past continuous, we are going to use was and were plus the verb with ing. It is important to know that we are going to use was with the subjects I, he, she, and it, and were with the subjects we, you, or they, okay? And then remember, we're going to use the verb with ing always, okay? Let's see the forms. You have this chart in your folders, okay? We have the affirmative form, the negative form, and the interrogative form, okay? Can you see them? They are in the chart. So, in the affirmative form, we're going to use the subject plus was or were. Remember, we're going to use was for I, he, she, or it, and were for we, you, or they, plus the verb with ing. So, we have an example in the affirmative or the positive form. She was cooking all the morning. In the negative, we're going to use the subject plus was or were, not, plus the verb in ing. Remember that you can use the short form here. You can use wasn't or you can use weren't, okay? So, in the example it says, she was not sleeping when he came home. Or we can say, she wasn't sleeping when he came home, okay? And the last form, the interrogative, remember that in the interrogative we change the order of the words. We're going to say was or were plus subject plus the verb with ing. In the three forms, in the affirmative, in the negative, and in the interrogative, we need the verb with ing, okay? And the example, was she sleeping when he came home? Okay, that's the revision for the past continuous form. So, let's review the past continuous with when, okay? Here you've got the same chart that you have copied in your folders, okay? An action A was happening in the past when an action B interrupted. So you can observe a long action, an action that was in progress in the past, una acción que estaba en proceso, que estaba ocurriendo en el pasado, is interrupted by another action in the past. Es interrumpida por otra acción en el pasado. The action that interrupts will be in the simple past. La acción corta, la acción que interrumpe, va a estar en el pasado simple. Okay? So we have the example. He was having a shower, a long action, an action in process in the past, when the phone rang. Cuando una acción cortita la interrumpe. The phone rang. Okay? And this short action will be in the simple past. Esta acción corta va a estar en el pasado simple. We can have another example. When the phone rang, una acción corta, cuando sonó el teléfono, He was having a shower. An action in progress in the past. La acción larga en proceso en el pasado que va a ir en el pasado continuo. Okay? In the following slide, we can observe another example. En la siguiente diapositiva vamos a ver otro ejemplo. For example, he was shaving his beard, a long action in progress in the past, when the doorbell rang. Cuando sonó el timbre. So, the long action in progress in the past will be in the past continuous. La acción larga en proceso en el pasado va a ir en pasado continuo. When the doorbell rang, la acción corta que interrumpe, the action that interrupts, will be in the past simple. Okay? And will be introduced, la va a introducir the word when. La palabra when. Okay? So, let's continue reviewing this topic. So, let's see another example with past continuous with when. What were they doing when Uncle Ken took the photo? When Uncle Ken took the photo, for example, look at number 1. My brother was watching a rugby match. When Uncle Ken took the photo, the dog was eating a sandwich. When Uncle Ken took the photo, my mother and my father were reading the newspaper. Okay, so here again we have an action that was in progress in the past that was interrupted by a short action when Uncle Ken took the photo. So let's read all together the use of when. Remember that we use when to introduce a short action or an action that interrupted an action in progress. And remember, when together with an action in the simple past. Okay? Let's move to the new topic of this lesson. Okay, let's start with the new topic of our class. Past continuous with while. First of all, let's read all together when we are going to use the word while. We use the word while to talk about two actions happening simultaneously, that is to say, at the same time. So, we're going to use while when we're going to talk about two actions that were happening in the past at the same time. Dos acciones que ocurrían en el pasado simultáneamente, es decir, al mismo tiempo. So, let's have a look at the pictures that we have in this slide. We can observe a woman who was cooking and a man who was watching TV. Two actions that were happening at the same time in the past. Dos acciones que ocurrían al mismo tiempo en el pasado. So we're going to say, mother was cooking while father was watching TV. Two simultaneous actions. Two actions that took place at the same time. That were taking place at the same time. Dos acciones que ocurrían al mismo tiempo en el pasado. Mother was cooking while father was watching TV. Let's have a look to another example. Okay, here we've got another example. Remember, we're going to use while to talk about two simultaneous actions that were taking place in the past. Vamos a usar while para hablar de dos acciones que estaban en proceso en el pasado, ¿ok? Al mismo tiempo, simultáneamente. So, I was taking a shower while my dad was cooking. Yo estaba tomando una ducha mientras mi papá estaba cocinando. Or we can say while at the beginning. We can use while at the beginning. Podemos utilizar la palabra while al comienzo de la oración. While I was taking a shower, my dad was cooking. Okay? So we can use while in the middle of the sentence or we can use while at the beginning of the sentence. Okay? Okay, students, in order to finish, let's see the differences between when and while. When versus while. When. We use when to describe a short action commonly in the past simple, which interrupts another action in the past continuous. Remember, a long action, an action in progress in the past, interrupted by a short action, an action in the simple past. And we have the example. I was having dinner when the phone rang. A long action, an action in progress, so in the past continuous, I was having dinner when the phone rang. The short action in the simple past. La acción cortita va a estar introducida por when y va a ir en el pasado simple. ¿Ok? And finally, let's see the use of while, the new topic. We use while to describe two simultaneous actions, dos acciones que ocurrían en simultáneo, dos acciones que ocurrían al mismo tiempo en el pasado. I was having dinner while my mother was talking on the phone. Yo estaba cenando mientras mi mamá estaba hablando por teléfono. Okay, so students, I hope it is clear. Now we are going to work with some exercises from the book. And if you have doubts, remember that you can text me and I will answer all your questions. Okay, see you on Friday and I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Bye bye.